What's going on, people? Machiavelli Mills TV. So, yesterday, Miss Jess Hilarious, she was on the Breakfast Club as a guest host. Since Angela Yee's departure, Angela Yee got her own show now, Way Up with Angela Yee. The Breakfast Club has been rotating different guest hosts, trying to switch it up and bring new flavor and new life to the radio show, right? And so Just Hilarious was on there, and she was reading the rumor report. In the rumor report, she speaks about Master P being upset. He's basically taking shots at Fat Trail for discussing their past situation, and Fat Trail talked about, being taken advantage of by Master P. P goes, he's sitting on the podcast, P talking about there should be some type of statute of limitations on talking about him, on artists discussing what went wrong and, their dealings, so on and so forth. Master P feels like after 7 years, nobody should be talking about what happened between him and another artist. Leave that alone. The artist shouldn't be talking about what happened. They shouldn't be disgruntled. None of that, right? And then Just Hilarious says, you know what? I'm going to say this. I believe that Fat Trail is telling the truth. She says, because Master P owes me $15,000 for a scene that I shot for I Got the Hook Up Too. Right? She says he paid me for one scene, but he didn't pay me for the next. Right? Charlamagne says, wait a second. Does he know he owes you money? He said, absolutely. It was in a contract agreement that we drew up. He signed it. That's what I was supposed to get paid for that. He said, now in the movie, they only use one scene in the movie. However, that's not how Hollywood works, how a business deal works. I get paid for how many scenes I do, no matter how many you choose to put in the movie. I get paid for the scenes I do, and Master P still owes her $15,000, right? And I saw this, and I said, you know what, man? It's time for everybody to wisen up, wake up, smell a coffee. I know a lot of you all really admire P, and I admire P for a while for his business acumen, for the way he really made something out of nothing and turned No Limit Records into an empire and showed a lot of black men how to get money and how to do it on a wide scale and so on and so forth, right? I was always impressed with the brother for that. However, we got to call a spade a spade. Everybody ain't lying on Master P. Everybody ain't out here lying, making up stuff, trying to smear his name through the mud and drag it through the mud. Ain't nobody making up these elaborate stories trying to make him seem bad. Master P, and I love P. P ain't up like Diddy in a position to where everybody just want to take shots at him. And I believe a lot of the stuff that happened that when Diddy did people wrong, I believe that, right? And Diddy is up. But P ain't up in a way like Diddy or Jermaine Dupri or nothing like that for people to just want to just randomly take shots at him. I believe people telling the truth. Now, a lot of the older generation don't like that Master P is being outed for shady business practices, for having some shiesty business moves. So they'll, cling on to the fact that nobody in No Limit was said they was done wrong, none of the artists he worked with, so on and so forth. And while that may be true, there could be a reason for that. See, Master P is an older black man, right? And again, I don't mean to denigrate the older generation, but I know how a lot of older black men think. They think that not all of them, but there are a lot of older black men who think that they can do whatever they want to do to you. It does not matter because they are the elder statesmen and they are legendary, or they paved the way, or they made their bones in a certain industry. You just got to take it. You just got to take whatever they dish out because they are a legend, and you should be grateful that they spent time with you and you were in their presence, or they were able to show you some attention in some type of way. I'm not one of them young brothers of that ilk, man. All that it should be a statute of limitations to talk on what happened with me and another artist. The artist shouldn't be talking about me after 7 years. Brother, with all due respect, fuck you, P. I don't care if it was 20 years ago you took money from me. If I'm going to talk about it, bro. I'm going to talk about it. And I'm going to tell the world how you owe me that bread. Because maybe that will shame you into finally paying up what you owe. But P ain't going to do that. He don't want to. He's very stubborn. But come on, man. The man Fat Trail detailed had Master P brought him out to LA under the guise that they were working on a movie, Menace to Society sequel, right? And P said it wasn't a Menace to Society sequel. it was a movie that he was trying to make in the ilk of Menace to Society, right? And then he said, well, when he was going to do the movie, he got Fat Trail to be in the movie. Fat Trail and Alley Boy, he wanted them in the movie. Then he said, this was what P says. P says that it didn't happen because Gucci Mane, he wanted Gucci Mane to star in the movie, and Gucci Mane kept going to jail, so on and so forth. But the fact remains that he got Fat Trail to come to LA under the guise that they were going to do a movie. When he gets out there, he finds out that, oh wow, Fat Trail finds out we keep doing songs, we keep going to the studio, we keep getting in the booth, we keep recording all these records, and the movie is not even being discussed. We're not having no meetings about the movie. It's not being talked about. What's going on here, right? So after some time, they shooting videos to the music they making, all of that, right? And P paying for a stipend for him to live out there because Fat Trail ain't got no bread. But what P is doing is that he releases an album full of the songs that Fat Trail and Alley Boy and him did. And he releases it for sale, which Master P gets all the profit for. He didn't even tell Fat Trail and them that he was doing an album, that he was making music. He told Fat Trail, I'm bringing you out here for a movie. Fat Trail he making songs with P. You know, he trying to do what the OG says. The OG taking advantage. He's leveraging Fat Trail's present or aura in the industry. He's leveraging his hotness in the industry because Fat Trail was hot at that time. He had songs with Chief Keef, Russian Roulette. He's leveraging Fat Trail's marketability, his what's the word? Again, his hotness in the industry to get revenue. And he not giving Fat Trail nor Alley Boy any other money when they wasn't even supposed to be out there to do music in the first place. So you're like, what the hell? I don't care how much you paying for a stipend, brother. That okay, you brought me out here and want me to live here. That's the least you could do. You know I ain't making no money. I'm not getting a kick out of just living in California. Hell no, I got a family to feed. Hey man, you making money off the music that we went in the booth and made? Yeah, you got a verse on here. But the people are intrigued because they want to hear what Fat Trail and Alley Boy sound like alongside the legend Master P. They wouldn't have bought that. They wouldn't have been interested if it was just P by himself. Not like that. Mr. Ice Cream Man ain't moving the needle like he once was back in the 90s, and everybody and their mama know that, whether you was a fan of P or not. By the time the early 2000s came, Romeo was a soul thing trying to hold No Limit Records together and up, his own little son. So it's like, nah, bro. Fat Trail like, nah, man. P was doing us bogus, and he didn't speak on it for years. The only reason he spoke on it was because Adam 22 of No Jumper asked him. It wasn't like he was going on a campaign to smear Master P. But even just that, why P didn't let them boys know he doing an album and he using these songs to try to release an album, and he didn't get them boys no money. He didn't let them know he was doing an album because he wanted to make all the money and get all the profit for himself and leverage those boys their status in the game. You know, he tried to leverage their rising star power in the game. Now, eventually, Fat Trail didn't become the superstar because Trail was going to jail himself, going to jail, you know what I mean, staying in trouble. So he could never find no momentum to keep it lasting for a long time, right? But all in all, P was bogus for that, right? Now you got Just Hilarious saying, man, Master P, he ain't even paid me $15,000 that he owed me. And the older generation thinks that the kids the younger people should shut up and don't say nothing because we shouldn't besmirch our legends' name. We shouldn't drag their name through the mud. We shouldn't sully their name and reputation like this. These are our legends. We are black people. We supposed to uplift them. I'm sorry, I'm not cut like that. I need all my money, bro. I got kids. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck about his name and his image and his legendary status. We need to praise him and fuck all that, bro. You owe me money. Give me my money, man. My kids can't get fed off of Master P's legacy if I'm an artist. Give me them ends, bro, because I earned that shit. Give me my ends. I'm not one of these. I was raised by an older black man, and I was taught to be respectful. I was taught to be, respectful to the older generation and all of that. And, not to be arrogant or pompous to anybody, right? But to respect your elders, the people that came before you, that paved the way for you to be in certain fields. But my father did not raise me to kowtow to any individual. He didn't raise me to be, to ass kiss. to let a person do me any type of way and mark it up as just, he's just a legend. It just, my father told me to stand up for what I believe in and to stand down on my principles, morals, and values. And don't let nobody play with me and my money, especially when I'm a man out here and I got to make a living for me and my family. Fuck all that leave P alone. No, fuck that. P, give me my money, bro. Then I can stop talking about you. Then I can stop bringing it up. Give me what I'm owed. Then we can let this ride. But until then, P, I'm going to talk about it. And it ain't shit you finna do about it. I wouldn't care. He can get all the goons he want to get. Give me my shit, bro. Like all that, man, fuck all that. People be wanting to be, ooh, I'm not one of them young dudes. See, a lot of older cats, they think that, again, you supposed to do what they say. And when you don't do what they say, you being ungrateful. You being disloyal, right? And they use that and CP wasn't going to do that to the people of his age range. Now that he's older black male, and he feel like he has made his bones, and he has become a legendary figure, he feel like he can throw his weight around with the young folks and have them do what he want them to do. And when they say no, it's a problem. Now Pete feeling like you just being ungrateful, that he want to, try to use that to not make you want to buck against him when he doing something wrong to you. I'm not a young boy at that ilk, man. A lot of older dudes got the game fucked up with that, man. I wasn't raised to do that. So I'm a young dude that's going to say, fuck all that, man. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Where that shit at, man? Where my stuff at? Because I was raised to be like that. I wasn't raised to let any man do me any type of way because of his status or his legendary iconic, or because he's a legendary iconic figure, or because of how much he's revered, or his clout or cachet. I ain't cut like that, bro. No, I was not. You can't do me any type of way. You can't piss on me and tell me it's raining and let it ride. Because my daddy, who's 67 years old, gonna say, Malcolm, what the fuck is you doing? Listen, my daddy gonna come to me, gonna come to P and say, what's happening? Give my son shit, and he gonna tell me, you supposed to do that. All that, we don't say anything about P. No, man. P needs to pay what he owe. You know what I'm saying? Why he get away with doing it? Cause he a legend. He do what he want to do and get out. Romeo wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. P, now that he's older, he feel like he can get over now because, he's older and the kids owe him for his legendary status. Kodak Black them wasn't lying on P. Kodak. Just hilarious. Fat Trail. Romeo, his own son. Romeo been a great son to that man. He stood by that man when P was going on live TV, getting down on his mama, and Romeo sticking beside him, riding with him. Most young black males ride with their mamas, man, because the mamas, a lot of black men have an affinity for their mothers. You know what I mean? He rode with his father all the way through and through. So it shouldn't have even been questioned when Romeo was saying what his father had done. P wasn't giving that boy his money for that stuff. He was paying off his stuff, paying off his debts. And that's what he was doing with Fat Trail and them, leveraging them to pay off his own debts to bring in revenue, for himself. That ain't cool, man. That ain't honorable. And P wants you to be like Diddy. He sound like Diddy. It should be a statute of limitations. He sound like Diddy and the rest of these other record executives who got over on artists and don't want them to talk about it. Now you shouldn't be talking about me. And I get to talk about you for however long I want once you did me dirty in a business practice. I'm going to talk about it. And it ain't nothing you going to do about it. You ain't going to change my mind or stop me. Oh, hell no. I'm going to talk and say how I feel. And it is what it is, champ. You mad? You going to stay mad, bro. But I'm going to talk about it. Because, hey, it should be discussed. Oh, he's older. Not older folks be wanting to throw their weight around on young people and want to get away with shit. So they try to use that I'm old, I'm a legendary status to keep you quiet. That shit don't work on me, man. You feel me? You want to strong arm me? Listen, I'm not taking that. I'm not letting nobody ride on me. I can't. I wasn't raised by my mother or my father to do that. You got to give me what I'm owed because I got kids. My kids got to eat. They not going to get paid on me respecting Master P and kissing the ring. Fuck all that. Give me my money so I can take this back to my family and we can be good and live fat the way we want to off of my sweat equity. What I put into this. Fat Trail went in that studio, made them verses, laid them verses down. Just Hilarious went on the movie set and did her thing on them skits. In them scenes. And like she said, I Got the Hook Up Too was a damn skit for real. A long, elongated skit. That's another thing too. People, in the sake of being a black-owned business, will try to, people come support the movie, come support the movie. But the substance to his shit it don't be up to par like it's supposed to be. P'll throw some shit together, throw his name on it a lot of times, and think everybody's supposed to be buying it just because he black and he Master P. No, man. We support black businesses, but you got to give us quality, brother. P probably just threw a script together and just did it half whatever way. But the first I got the hookup was fire. But yeah, man, P didn't. Folks get a little lazier when they get older and they start trying to scam the game and get a little shiesty with their methods. And P is one of those individuals. I'm sorry, it is what it is. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.